this will be my first long-form video, but this video will be about Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and future thoughts on if the rest of the series will be collected from me or not. So anyways, this is going to also be about a review on Dragon Ball Z, and what version of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z you should collect. Okay, so we're going to start off with the very first volume I got of Dragon Ball, and it was a 3-in-1, but I don't know if this is the best 3-in-1, and that is the Omnibus 3-in-1. Now, Dragon Ball as itself is a great story, great characters, pretty funny in general. It is a little lighthearted, but I think that's fun of it. The only problem with this Omnibus I have is the page quality. The pages in general aren't the best to bleed through. Maybe I'll do a different page. If you know, you know. I don't know if you can tell, but there's some bleed through there. But the other version of Dragon Ball, which I think is personally the best way to collect it, and obviously there are the single volumes, but I don't own those because I don't want to own those, and I think I got the better version of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and that's the Vizbigs, of course. Now, the Vizbigs are bigger than your typical standard single volume. Obviously, this is omnibus, but like height and width wise, it's bigger. Now, this has the same contents as this omnibus, but the page quality is significantly better. Like, it's just so much better. Like, I can't stress enough how good the Vizbigs are. They're so amazing. I haven't had any problems with these, and I really think that they are good. Like, I love the Vizbigs. Here's volume 1. Here's volume 2. Here's volume 3. Here's volume 4. Okay? Now, these are all 3-in-1 volumes. All 4 of these. But since Dragon Ball was, I think, 14 volumes lengthwise, I think that's the math, right? They had to make it Dragon Ball, the final Dragon Ball Vizbig, a 4-in-1. This is a really good, I think this might be one of the best books from Dragon Ball, just because it's obviously a 4-in-1, but also because this is where, you know, you fight, you see Goku fight Demon King Piccolo, and Piccolo in general. So, I mean, it's just amazing. Great story. Great action scenes. Next, we have the first volume of DBZ. Now, I read this and loved it. Great so far. This covers up, I don't know, probably like halfway through the Saiyan arc. Maybe. I'm not quite sure. I haven't really watched the anime. Let me rephrase. I watched like the first 8 episodes of the anime, but I like reading manga more. Great page quality. Everything still is a 3-in-1, even though it is smaller. Still is a 3-in-1, obviously. Now, I don't have volumes 2 and 3 of the Vizbigs for Dragon Ball Z. But I obviously have Dragon Ball Z Volume 4. So, I have Dragon Ball Z Volume 5. I think it's either this one or the next one where he goes Super Saiyan, Goku. It has to be this one. Yeah, because if he's fighting Frieza. Yeah, so he goes Super Saiyan in this one. Anyways, so here's Volume 5. Here's some of the contents. Nice trunks. I think that was Android 17. Oh, Cell's in this. Sweet, sweet. Cell is probably my favorite villain. Once again, though, you might ask, you know, I haven't really watched the anime. I've seen, like, I haven't seen the anime fully. I've seen, like, the episodes, like, you know, with all the bad guys and stuff. I skipped the filler and crap. For the main story, I watched the anime. Here's Volume 7, or 6, sorry. There's Perfect Cell. Tough. Anyways, here's some panels, or some pages from it. In general, pretty. Oh yeah, there's the another benefit for the VizBigs. They have color pages, which are nice. And then the final volume I currently own is volume 7 of the VizBigs for Dragon Ball Z. There are 9 of these, by the way, if you're wondering, for Dragon Ball Z. So, I hope the story impressed me. I obviously won't be reading 4 through 7 quite yet. I need to read 2 and 3. But I'm glad I got this lot. I got it for $40, so, you know, $10 per volume isn't that bad. So now you might be asking, will I collect Dragon Ball Super? Until I answer you that, maybe. Because I have volume 1. And you might be asking, why do I have volume 1 of Dragon Ball Super and not more Dragon Ball Z? That's a good question. I got this volume in a lot of like 5. So, you know. I don't know if it's good or not. I don't know if Dragon Ball Super is that good. Could be good. I just know that the art is different from Akira Toriyama. Which is, you know, it's a shame that he died, but it's, you know. Anyways, I'll read the first volume after I finish Dragon Ball Z. I don't know if I want to collect Dragon Ball Super because it's not in the VizBig format. If it does get VizBigs, I'll gladly collect Dragon Ball Super, but I highly doubt Dragon Ball Super will get a VizBig treatment, which is a shame. So, yeah, now I just have this giant thing of Dragon Ball I gotta put back. So, you know, I guess you can watch me shelf this. So, ooh. Alright. A little sneak peek, by the way. Okay. Volume 1 goes right there. Volume 2. Volume 3. Volume 4. And Volume 5 of Dragon Ball. Now we have Dragon Ball Z. We have Volume 1. Volume 4. Volume 5. Volume 6. And Volume 7. Now you might be asking, where are these 2 volumes going? That's a secret for later, for the next video, well, maybe upcoming video, for the manga collection. So, stay tuned in that. Here are all the spines so far for Dragon Ball as a whole. If you don't know, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z are only called Dragon Ball in Japan, so that's why it's only called Dragon Ball for the 3-in-1 omnibuses. If you're wanting to collect these, it's just called Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z is included, though, if you wanted to collect this format. So, that is that for my Dragon Ball collection so far. I hope to get more. I really do. I really did enjoy Dragon Ball volumes 1 through 1. So, yeah. I think that will wrap it up for the video. And, yeah. Bye.